Hey everybody, this is my Wilton Vise I'm going to be restoring. I want to make this into a little series on the channel. I got this guy for a good deal on eBay, and I got it all taken apart here. Not too many pieces to this vise. Vices are fairly simple. Somebody had taken this shaft for it, and well, they got a little creative and used an old valve to make a handle. That's pretty neat. I plan on replacing that, adding a new longer handle on the vise. Just gonna fix it up. I'm probably gonna repaint it. I'm most likely gonna make some new jaws for it. These jaws are pretty worn out. I'm not sure if I can salvage them. And I'm just gonna kind of clean this vise up. You know, this little plate down here on the bottom, it's looking good. Up here is, everything on this vise is very solid, very heavy, like most old vices. Here on the bottom, a little rough. I'm gonna clean that up. First order of business though is this little anvil back here. You can't really see it because of the light, maybe if I get a different angle, but I've put black Sharpie on this and I'm going to resurface it. It's pretty crooked. I know this is pretty much just for like straightening out nails. This isn't a super precise surface, but I'm gonna square it up just a little bit. Alrighty, I just finished up here. It's looking pretty flat, just has a couple little low spots there, no big deal. That stone's really not meant for taking off that much material doing this kind of job, so if you try to do this, you know, it's probably not the right tool for the job, but it worked for me. Now let's get to filing. Alright, so I'm just going to file the edge down here just to break that sharp edge from squaring it up with the stone. Nothing too intricate going on here.
Back surface is kind of hard to get to.
Alright, instead of taking a wire wheel to the surface here, I'm actually going to take a little bit of navel jelly. It says it removes paint. I'll give it a shot. Alright, I have all the surfaces coated in some navel jelly. Now just wait. Alright everybody, it is the next morning, and that navel jelly, when I came out here, it didn't really do much. It got rid of a lot of the rust, but the paint was pretty much untouched. So I just kind of took my grinder with one of these little sanding wheels on it and just kind of hit a lot of the spots. I'm not completely done, but I just thought I would give a little update on it. It's going all right, and it don't need to be perfect to get every little spot of paint off of it, because I'm gonna repaint over everything else anyways. As you can see right there. Right in there. It's cleaning up pretty good. I also used a little wire wheel on my cordless drill too. That did pretty good, but not as good as this guy here. Alright, after this, let's take a look at the threads that hold the vise jaws on. They weren't looking too good. Alright, so there's 4 screws that hold the jaws in place on this vise. They're tapped 10, 24, and the original screws holding them in and those original jaws are very worn out and not really usable. So I'm gonna retap them here just to kind of clean some of the rust and grime out of the threads, and then hopefully make some new jaws for it as well. Alright, so painting is complete. I really wish I would have filmed it for you guys, but it took me like a week to get all this stuff painted, because I would paint it and then the next evening it would rain, so then I had to bring it inside, and then I'd put another coat on it, and then things like that. So it took way longer, so I just wanted to get it kind of done and out of the way. But let me take the tape off of here and kind of show you all what's going on. Look at there. So I wanted to keep that from being painted. I went with the kind of a forward blue paint. Thought it would look nice. Just off the anvil here. Yeah, it's looking good. And also, if you saw in the last photo, had some of these. Well, I just made some little plastic soft jaws for it. Look at there. That's pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna film me making another set for this side right here. Alrighty, so our bolts here measure 0.188 inches in diameter, and I can make the hole a little bit bigger because of the countersink on the screw. So let's take a look at this drill bit and see its diameter. 0.217. I think that'll work just fine. Alright, what I'm going to be doing now is using this countersink tool to make sure that the head of that bolt doesn't stick proud out of the jaw. I need it to be flush or below the surface. You're going to hear a lot of chatter when I use this tool, and that's because I'm not giving it a whole lot of force. These countersink tools like a lot of pressure on them, and that's because my depth stop on my drill press is broke. So I'm kind of having to do this piece by piece, you know, just take off a little bit at a time and then see if the bolt fits or doesn't. And but these countersink tools really just like a lot of pressure. Alrighty, so I think we're at a good stopping point now. I have both the plastic soft jaws finished, and they're looking pretty good on there. I got some missing paint there. That is no big deal. It'll probably get dinged up anyway. So I'm thinking of making a part 2 for this series, and I'm really excited about it because I have some jaws on the way for the vise that are made out of metal. And also I got some material in the other day to make a new handle for this vise. And I think it's going to make a really neat episode. There's going to be a little bit of fabricating going on, and I think it'll just be a fun episode. Some drilling and some tapping, and I look forward to seeing y'all there.